Hey everybody, XCI here. Welcome back to a blind let's play of Mass Effect 3. Here we have Joshua Cody Shepard. We are on the Citadel, and I thought I was going back to the Normandy to do some planet scanning.
Saeed used to work for Cerberus. Ask him why he's here.
Why go after your old employer, Saeed? How you know my name all of a sudden?
Good question.
Oh, damn you, Saeed. Did. And also, correct me if I'm wrong, but because I could be. I very much could be. But I mean, in my head, it's like this is the first Volus ambassador, like one of the first ambassadors you meet in Mass Effect 1. He's the Volus with the Alcor in the room, right? The one who doesn't like you. Like that's like your almost your introduction to the sci-fi-ness of the game. That for me it was. Fairly certain that was Din. Fairly certain. Of course, he ends up being this guy. He gets wrapped up in this crap. We got it's the apartments. It's the apartments. I know. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Focus. Oh, it doesn't tell you the side. Okay, so decide with the door you can open. Yup.
Damn, wrong door.
Oh,
he needs you alive to stop Cerberus.
Cerberus is after a Turian colony. Kill me, and they get it.
Drop my name.
Shepard's investigating. He's a recent acquaintance. How recent? Very. Shit. Alright, I'm listening.
Does my choice matter? Oh!
Been a while, Saeed.
Shepard. Glad I wasn't just making an ass of myself over a hunch. Undisciplined bastards. This is what I get for signing up at the last minute.
Where's Korlak?
I'm here, Commander. You saved my life. I almost died because the Turians thought I was still with Cerberus.
I feel like being a dick right now. Just the way he treated me. If it's the guy, what if it's not? What if I'm wrong about Ambassador? Ambassador. This could only be the one. He'll die. Breathe 3 times, Shepard. Think about what you're gonna say here. Nope.
You should have gone to CSEC if your life was in danger.
And be thrown into prison? No. The things they would do to me after the damage I caused.
What intel did you give Cerberus on this colony?
Information on a Turian planet's defense system. They'll strike soon. But if I tell you which planet they're attacking, Cerberus will know I turned traitor.
Turn? You already betrayed your own people.
We saved your life. Tell us what planet you put in danger.
I can offer a bargain.
Oh, damn
the
it,
Volus
Volus.
bombing fleet. In tactical terms, it's worth far more than a colony.
Or you could give us both.
You can warn the Turians there'll be an attack, Commander. That should be general enough to ward off suspicion.
You piece of crap. Breathe 3 times, Coyote. Let's just Paragon
You
it.
tried to do the right thing before. It failed because you trusted the wrong people. Now here's your chance to make up for it. You're giving us Volus support, and you're going to help us make Cerberus pay for using you.
Do it. Agree.
I can't.
Don't.
You can.
Waste of everyone's time trying to appeal to a Volus's better
See,
nature,
beat him.
Shepard.
Aphis.
Oh,
The colony's name is Aphis.
Alright, there we go. That was so hard, was it?
Wants its shipyards.
And the bombing fleet?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's yours, Commander.
Diplomacy.
I'll speak with Citadel Security about this incident.
Ooh. Well, you serious?
You have my thanks.
Redeem yourself, man.
Took him long enough to spit that out.
Zaid, what are you doing here?
Later, C6 on their way. Won't be too pleased with the mess we left them. Catch up with me at the docks if you like.
Oh. Okay. Okay, okay. Let's go to the docks. Let's go to the docks. Let's go see Saeed. So much for the Normandy. He is in Cargo Bay C. All right.
Now arriving at
So
docking
what's going
bay
down here?
E24.
Oh, actually, this is good because I can see if, like, let's confirm if this is actually this ended. This actually ended.
What are you doing here?
No,
I'm waiting.
Waiting. Waiting for who?
as repeated.
For my parents.
Yeah.
They put me on the rescue transport and said to wait for them here.
Yeah.
They'll come find me as soon as they can.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds like the start of it all. So, could be for you, Said.
What the hell you looking at?
Nothing. Nothing.
Damn it! And a ruining that of the
Wondered
repeats.
if you'd show up.
Nope.
Figured you'd be too busy
Got him.
recruiting goddamn armies for this war you're in charge of.
I could always use more help.
I'll
Why?
bet. I've seen footage of what happened on Earth. Tell you what, I'll see if some old contacts of mine are still around.
Okay.
Can't promise you anything, but if enough of them are still breathing, I can lend a hand.
Oh yeah.
Who were those people you were with?
Bunch of mercs from Omega. Signed on with them when I heard they were making a hit on Cerberus. Should have studied the job longer.
Who were those people you were with?
Bunch of mercs from Omega.
All right, that's that.
Signed on
I missed
with
the
them when
first
I
part
heard they were
because of my
making a
goddamn
hit
button
on
fingers.
Cerberus. Should have studied the job longer.
It's inedible. I was excited. All right. I think that's it. I think now we're going to the Normandy. James. Maybe we do one more check. Oh, James has moved. James has moved, which means James is going to have new things to say.
I believe those are my credits.
That was James. James. Are you playing cards again? Why is this thing telling me you're in the back room here, but you're not? You're probably playing. You're not playing cards.
I believe those are my credits.
The fuck is he? Why does the map screw up like this? God. James?
Are you kidding me?
James? James. Well, I can't find James. I cannot find... I'm not going crazy, right? He's not... No, he's not there.
You thought I was clever.
Alright. Yeah, I think they think he's here or something. Unless he's in this corner talking to himself. James,
I don't believe it.
you're drunk. Go back to the ship right now. Alright, you know what? Let's go back to the ship. I feel like I'm drunk. Screw you, James, and your hide and seek game bullshit. You are going...
Have you discovered a way to run FTL spaceships without an EZO core, Private Talavi?
No, ma'am.
Then consider this a serious assignment. Intel's expecting a Cerberus raid.
Cerberus? Cerberus?
They're a problem?
I thought we were fighting Reapers, ma'am.
Give it a week. You could be.
Oh, here's a speculation for y'all. These guys right here. I think something's gonna come up with the Keepers this game. Like something significant is gonna happen this game with the Keepers. From a narrative standpoint, they've been set up in one. They were. Dr. Chakwa sent word that she'd like to. Oh, right, because I turned her thing in. Yeah, let's check this first, actually. No, okay, let's go talk to Chakwas. Yeah, because it's just because of how early they were set up. They kind of got some information about them, but they were always mysterious. My speculation is that it's going to be end of Act 2 into Act 3. There's going to be a reveal with the Keepers, and it's going to be super important for you to push into Act 3. Reason being, there's this pattern I call a narrative. There's this narrative pattern I call the secret weapon. It usually happens at about that point. It's like it's something that's seeded very early on, and it seems innocuous or whatever the word is. Like it's superfluous, right? Like you learn about it, it's seeded, and then it goes dormant, and then whatever the story is tries to kind of distract you with a bunch of the actual adventure and stuff like that, and then secret weapon comes up, and it's usually something that's tied to an early seeded component, and then it blows up. You have this reveal, and you're like, oh my god! So it's gonna be something. I don't know, Keepers. with the Citadel, some special thing with the Citadel, you require the Keepers for it. Maybe we get some Keepers, or the Keepers are early, like, Reaper indoctrinated units that just went, I don't know, turn into these, like, docile worker guys or whatever the hell. So, something like that.
You always pull through, Commander. We've received the supplies from Tactus.
Everything good?
Indeed. We've acquired some very useful equipment. As such, I've been able to enhance the effectiveness of our Medigel delivery systems.
Oh, yeah.
I've also collated information that Liara may find of interest. Check with Glyph.
I will. Oh, yeah, there's the level I wanted before going down into a planet. Efficiency's gone up. Let's talk to Glyph.
Thank you for the data packet.
You're welcome.
The results are available on the information.
I see. More here. Oh, yeah, done. I guess you just... Oh, sorry. No, I don't want to heal my scars. Health up. Scars, they make me. What the hell, though? I thought I... Oh, there it is. 2 of them. Yeah.
Network terminal.
All right. Okay. List of recent purchases by Zaid Masani. Max Arsenal incendiary grenades. Bulk purchase. Thermal clips. Bulk purchase. Metagel. Bulk purchase. Firestorm fuel. Bulk purchase. A blade of armor plating. Hennecader field rations. Casa fabrication weapon repair kit. Mount Milgram triple distilled 45-year-old Scotch whiskey. 2 bottles. Raffle parts. Discontinued Avenger series. Good times.
It's good to see you.
Alright, so it's just Glyph I had to talk to because of his terminal stuff. Sure, let's see if he's moved away from the wall or if he's still over there, over yonder. Have you moved on? No? You're still over there, huh? Okay, well, I'm going to assume the rest of the ship is still status quo, I guess. Still doing its thing. Well, I'm going to hit the galaxy map. I'm going to do some more planet scans this episode. Move that along. I'll probably raise my level at this point. Oh man, I know I don't need to do it, but I feel like I have to do it. Excuse me. There, ritual complete. At least the room's playing some good music now. Oh, maybe Joker and Edie have something new because you talked to them at the sanctuary or something. Well, anyways, we'll leave it. Let's do some planets. Otherwise, we'll never get through this. There's so many things to do, man. Okay, we finished these quadrants here, these 2. Let's do the next 2, I think. Ooh, but these ones have... These ones have things, though. Well, here's something. I wonder... Well, they say 0% at... I always talk about this. I can't get over it. Like, if it says nothing. Like, it's just... Okay, well, we're going to go around Robin. Let's go Athena. Biggie. There's a Biggie with a fuel station. This will be a good run here. Get away from these bastards. Alright, we have Tuvura. Tuvura is a hydrogen and methane ice giant with a core of frozen ammonia and trace hydrocarbons. The world is named for an ancient Asari goddess of love, sex, travel, and law, spheres of influence whose overlap initially baffled human xenoanthropologists. Asari reproductive instincts are strongly exogamous, and before alien contact, their instincts sent the Asari roaming outside their kinship groups to avoid mating with relatives. The journeys necessitated a system of rules governing guests, fugitives, and alliances, all watched over by the goddess Tuvura. The Reapers have ignored Tuvura so far, its science, stations, and moon-based mining equipment offering little strategic importance. It is likely that a destroyer will eventually be sent here to exterminate any civilians. Athame? Athame is a hydrogen helium gas giant with spectacular rings. The planet's apparent magnitude varies when seen from Thessia based on atmospheric conditions and relative distance. To the ancient Asari, the mysterious star that shone in some months and disappeared in others was linked to fortune, and so it was named Athame after the matriarch of the pantheon and a goddess of prophecy and fate. Athame's worship changed over time, eventually becoming the basis for a monotheistic religion in which her maiden, matron, and matriarch aspects oversaw all stages and roles in Asari society. When an Asari says, by the goddess, they are referring to Athame. Like Janiri, the planet Athame served as a rally point during the Reaper invasion, where fleeing Asari ships could discharge their drive cores so they could make another FTL jump. The Reapers were forced to chase the Asari away from the planet, buying Thessia's valuable time. Yep, gotcha. Lucen, little hidden guy there, no thanks. We have a large reflective asteroid. Lucen is almost visible in Thessia's night sky and was discovered soon after the Asari developed optics. When the space age finally arrived, the rocky asteroid was among the first to be mined for its valuable deposits of platinum group metals. Lucen is named for the servant of the goddess Athame, who beseeched the goddess for the gifts of pottery, forging, and biotics. What a combination. Lucen then sailed the sea and sky, teaching these gifts to mortals. It is said that the aging powerful matriarch begged Athame for the gift of prophecy so she would see whether the Asari would prosper in the future. Athame refused, prophecy being hers alone, and when Lucen tried to steal it from Athame's silver jars, Athame struck her down. The Reapers have so far ignored the mining facility of Lucen, and it offers little strategic value and is far from the system's mass relays. I suspect I would really like... Here, let's check this one actually. Nope. Reading more about this theology. I love myth and stuff like that. Janiri. Janiri is a hydrogen-helium gas giant named for an ancient Asari goddess of seasons, storms, and agriculture. With the advent of the Siari religion, Janiri's holy day, Janiris, became largely secular, but it is still celebrated on worlds with Asari influence. During the Reaper attack on Thessia, the Asari Armada used Janiri as a staging base for their hit-and-run attacks on the evading Reapers, striking, jumping to FDL to lose pursuers, and discharging the static into Janiri's magnetic field as they prepared for another attack. This forced the Reapers to mount a counteroffensive to drive the Asari away from the planet using ships that would otherwise have been hammering Thessia itself. Polaris. The lifeless sister planet of Thessia lacks water or oxygen. It is covered instead with deserts, the air a mix of carbon dioxide and ethane. The manageable temperatures and gravity on Polaris led to heavy exploitation for mineral wealth in the beginning of the Asari space age. Today, Polaris is largely mined out. Polaris is named for an ancient Asari goddess of death, who was not seen as a malic figure, but as one who guided Asari spirits on their final journey. From her home in the stars, she could grant an Asari who had lost a lover the ability to restore them to life in another body. This legend, heavily modified, formed the basis for a recent, highly profitable human sim called Nexia Corridor. The Reapers targeted Polaris from orbit, its population too small to bother harvesting. Wreckage of the old doomed cities and spaceports dot the landscape. Thessia. The Asari homeworld has been called the crown jewel of the galaxy, the apex of democracy, and the beating heart of galactic love. Its republics have a remarkably low incidence of war, disease, violent crime, or famine, riding a stable economy backed by wealthy colonies and Thessia's vast element zero reserves. Traces of Ezo in the water and soil are so common that most life on Thessia has adapted to its presence. Thessia's fortunes have been appended by the Reaper Assault. The communications infrastructure that forms the backbone of the society's e-democracies has been eliminated. Millions are without power, water, or food, a move to coerce the Asari into widespread surrender. This is a necessary part of the Reaper strategy, since husks alone have difficulty disarming or capturing a population full of biotics. I just realized I don't think we haven't seen an indoctrined, like a husk version of an Asari, to my knowledge. I don't think so. I could be wrong. I could be forgetting something, but we've seen like every other race though. Well, not the Bolas or the Alcor, I suppose. But anyways, okay, so Corinth. Wrapped in a crushing haze of hydrogen and methane, Corinth is named for an Asari goddess of war and hunting, the two being similar in the Asari mindset. The planet is particularly bright in Thessia's morning and evening skies, enough to cast noticeable shadows on moonless nights. Understandably, warriors and hunters operating at night were grateful for Corinth's blessing. The planet was never heavily exploited for minerals. Early Asari explorers focused on the asteroid belt, and by the time robo-mining machines were created that could withstand the intense heat, more lucrative planets were already on the star charts. Modern charts record several scientific stations orbiting the planet, but it appears that all have been destroyed by the Reapers. And I think when there's a fuel station, this doesn't matter. This doesn't matter at all. Reapers aren't in the area. So nothing is at risk. So we're out of here. Let's jump to Orasoni. Not ping anyways, because I feel like it. Ooh, yeah, this is a big one. Okay. Let's go start at Orasoni and go clockwise. The big one. Nice and small system though for the big. Did you hear that? Yeah, I heard it.
Signal
let's grab
confirmed.
this thing right here. Take it easy. Krala. After half the crew of a survey ship died in a freak accident, the ship's captain named this desert planet Krala after an ancient Asari demon of misfortune. Krala is said to delight in thwarting carefully laid plans at the last moment, tipping apparent success toward utter disaster. Legends say she only targets those whose plans are long in the making, an obvious warning against hubris for a race whose plans tend to stretch over the centuries. Well, that's interesting. Just like a little bit of a control piece in there. Nayakal is a lush planet with an overabundance of photosynthetic life, leading to oxygen concentrations greater than on most garden worlds. This is tolerable for a few hours, but soon oxygen toxicity becomes a real danger. Asari colonies here use breathers and sealable buildings. Nayakal's economy centers on agribusiness and biotechnology. Many genetically modified crops have their origin here. Aware that the Reaper's plans of attack is to bombard industrial cities and enslave population centers, Nayakal soldiers and civilians alike have retreated to the planet's impenetrable jungles. A terrestrial guerrilla war may not be enough to push the Reapers off the planet, but it has proven successful at immobilizing the enemy and forcing them to commit more resources here for little gain. Thysioni's surface is a desert of lime streaked with sodium banks. The only real features of note are empty calderas scattered across the fault lines, suggesting Thysioni was once more geologically active. While average temperatures are near habitable, Thysioni has not retained a protective atmosphere and is thus a third-tier world unlikely to be terraformed. And last but not least, where I'm going to ping a Gallic. The system's only gas giant has rings laced with the faintest traces of Element Zero dust, likely from an extrasolar asteroid pulverized by a collision from the planet's moons. Collecting and refining the Ezo in dust form is a long and costly process. The Elko's Combine sought the mineral rights to a Gallic from the matriarchs on Thessia, but the Reaper invasion stopped any deal from going through. The equipment here is undamaged by Reapers. The attack on Nayakal likely taking priority, and that sounds like one of those. Oh damn! I'm like, sometimes it feels like the hints are there, but they don't always pan out, and I wish they did. I wish they just always panned out. Okay, so let's check on through to the other side of this planet so we can hit the. Oh yeah. Which gets us Asari research ships. Wonderful. Now they're pissed, right? They are. We're out.
Evasion successful.
50%. Fuel. The fuel. I didn't get the fuel. There's one right there, man.
Reapers eluded.
I'll get it. I'm gonna get this fuel. I'm gonna get it. There we go. Oh, yep. Yep. Okay. He's gonna be on me now. So we're gonna max this one out. Oh yeah. Jesus.
Faster than light.
I
Jump
thought I had
successful.
to hit escape one more time. Never mind. Okay. Oof, man, this is definitely. I think we'll be fine. There's a fuel station right at the center there anyway, so I think we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Let's check Benes. The ice giant Benes is the outermost gas giant. What? The ice giant Benes is the outermost gas giant of the Tomaros system. It likely formed much closer to the system's star and migrated outward over time. A debris field of scrap metal near the planet suggests Reapers have been here. Like things like that. Like I feel like pinging this right now. I'm not going to because it's too early. But I feel like that one sounds like it makes sense. Let's check. What is this? Pronoia. Pronoia is a methane ammonia gas giant notable for the large deposits of platinum discovered by Lucia colonists on its largest moon. Asari have been selling the precious metal used in some medical equipment to the Serta Foundation for less than its market value. The discount may have single-handedly saved Serta from bankruptcy, a debt that is rapidly being repaid galaxy-wide through Serta's humanitarian efforts. The Reaper presence in the system has no doubt cut off supplies to the Foundation. Poopy. Could probably ping that for something too, though. But no, I don't. What was I? We have Lucia. The Krogan rebellions began in the Asari colony of Lucia. After centuries of unabated expansion, the Krogan finally forced the Citadel's hand when they tried to annex this world. Aware that in a generation Lucia could be a staggering base for an invasion of Thessia, the Council came to the colony's defense. They cut the Krogan supply lines off at Thessia's mass relay and inflicted heavy casualties. The Krogan here surrendered, but others across the galaxy were enraged. Lucia became the catalyst for a much greater war. More than a millennia later, Lucia finds itself once again in danger. Though the Asari have lost the high ground of space, the colony's web defense grids remains at least partially functional. Land, sea, and air forces are striking whenever they can, determined to resist until the end. Maybe some tech might come out of that, grid system and stuff, so maybe 2 spots I'll ping. Niagalon. Niagalon is a hydrogen helium gas giant. The Reapers have destroyed its fueling infrastructure. During the Lucia campaign that started the Krogan rebellions, Niagalon was the site of Krogan overlord Kredak's ultimate defeat. As his flagship was discharged, its drive core and undergoing repairs, an Asari commando team snuck on board and detonated resonant warp bombs, sacrificing their lives to destroy the vessel through explosive decompression. Holy crap. That's amazing. I'm going to ping right in the middle right here.
I found something.
For real? Alright, well let's grab the gas now. I'm going to need it anyways. Now I got to bail. But at least I know, like, the gas one's the one that pisses me off, so it's going to be that one over there, isn't it? I was going to do something stupid there and try to swing around. No point. But I could just go like this. There it is.
Reapers eluded.
So now I'm gonna have these guys on my ass. Just go for it. Okay, let's see what we get out of this one. We got ourselves a Asari cruiser Nefrain. Oh yeah. Peace.
Faster than light jump successful.
Alright. Next, we got one over here. Okay, let's start at the outside. Polissa. Polissa is a ring gas giant composed of hydrogen, helium, and traces of ammonia. It has 26 moons, but the Asari extracted the most valuable resource deposits from all of them long ago. The facilities have largely been forgotten in the face of the greater excitement among the system's inner planets. Did I read that right? The greater excitement of the... Well, I'm not going to recheck it. Let's just keep going. Let's find out. Tritoganeth. Sure. The Asari have set up research stations on the largest moon of Tritoganeth, a gas giant, in order to observe the eventual collision of Promeves and Sotera. A Reaper troop transport can be seen here, indicating that the Reapers sent a small force to capture or kill the station's staff. Why they did not destroy the station outright is a mystery. It could be that the direct collision of 2 planets is so rare that even the Reapers wish to observe the results. That's weird. Sort of feel like pinging it. Let's keep going. Should check the freaking asteroid fields for more reading. Whoa, there's 2 planets on 1 ring. Oh, the collision. That would be what they're researching. What you just read. Sotera. I got close to the mic there. Might have peaked. Okay, Sotera's atmosphere retains a modest amount of oxygen, but it is too hot to support life that relies on liquid water. This is fortunate because projections show that Sotera will collide with Promeves, a planet crossing its orbit, within the next 3 years. The impact is expected to pulverize both worlds while forming new asteroids and moons. The Asari have constructed research stations at safe distances to record this rare event. Okay, that's what the excitement's all about, is that this thing happened. These orbits merged or something and created this thing. Okay, so Promeves. Within 3 years, Promeves will slam into a neighboring planet, Sotera, and suffer an apocalyptic transformation. Asari explorers searching for life in Promeves' hydrocarbon morass were relieved to find none. Promeves' methane-ethane atmosphere is likely to ignite when it mingles with Sotera's oxygen, and both planets will shatter under the force of the collision. That's this random little lore stuck in the middle of nowhere. Nauti. Nauti is a rocky planet with a crushing atmosphere. Thick clouds have created a runaway greenhouse effect. locking in the brutal heat from its yellow-white star vernio. Much of Noti's surface is brittle rock with deposits of molten metal. Okay, where am I gonna ping? I feel like I have to ping these two. No? For real? No? For real?
Signal confirmed.
Son of a bitch. I'm like, it's never gonna be a ring planet. I don't know why I had that in my head. I was like, it's never been. No, I don't know. It's been 2 of them now. Ooh. So we have. Ooh, we did. We had to return this. This goes to the Citadel. So we're good here. And are you angry yet? You're not. Whoa. All right. In that case, found you. Found. Okay, don't do it.
Successful.
How's my gas? Not good. Not good. 400. That's perfect. That is perfect.
Reapers eluded.
We are heading up here. Doing good. It's full system right here. This whole system took the last half of this episode. Took it. Stole it. Holy shit, look at the size of these friggin' systems too. This is the 3 out of the 5 have been enormous. Enormous. I think that was right. Okay, Nocia. Scans show little value on Nocia aside from sizable copper deposits near the equator. The only landmark of note is the wreck of a Krogan freighter, a remnant of attacks on the system during the latter half of the Krogan rebellions. Tricolon is a small rock planet that was home to a centuries-old Asari venture called the Chiri Super Collider. This massive particle accelerator encircled the entire planet at an orbital distance. When political sea change among the Asari republics led to funding cuts, human scientists stepped in with the credits and labor to finish the project, renaming it the Suskind Super Collider. It came online just days before the Reapers invaded the galaxy. When the Reapers entered the system, they dispatched a swarm of capital ships targeting towards Tricolon, treating the Super Collider as a greater threat than the Asari naval fleet stationed at Sanvez. Why? They blasted it apart, sending debris hurtling to Tricolon's surface. Several ships carrying Super Collider staff escaped from the Reaper's hits. I mean, I know the whole that we have a Super Collider sort of thing. Why would they be afraid of it? Because of the. I mean, I know back years ago I was reading into the Super Collider that day. Was it switched like underneath? And people were afraid of turning the Super Collider on in Europe because of it causing a black hole. If these things, it was something weird. I mean, years ago, I was reading about this. Anyways. Zillium. The hydrogen-helium gas giant Zillium once provided fuel for the ships flying to and from Sanvez. The equipment here was noted for its efficiency. Business flourished in its orbital stations, which promised roomy bunks, hydroponic food, and attention from charming Asari hostesses, while ships refueled. These stations are now blasted metal. There is no fuel, aid, or comfort here. Alright. Go to the inside. Sanvez. The hospitable nitrogen-oxygen atmosphere, temperate climate, and sprawling wilderness of Sanvez made the planet a popular tourist destination. Large tracts of untamed forest surrounding the capital drew in millions of sightseers, game hunters, and biologists. The Asari, mindful of how rapid expansion has damaged the ecologies of other planets, restricted settlement. After destroying the colony's navy and anti-air defenses, Reapers landed infantry units to subjugate the local population. Destroyers keep watch in orbit, the capital ships apparently elsewhere fighting bigger battles. Ilmnos. The once rich thorium reserves of Ilmnos have long been mined out, mostly by remote Asari drones that operate well enough in the planet's heat and trace atmospheric pressure. There is little reason to visit this harsh world unless further deposits are discovered. Like right now? I should have done that. I should have just been. Oh. I was like, where are they? They're not angry or what? Let's check the small guy.
I found something.
Yeah, of course it had to be the one by the 3, you know? I was like, it's going to be the one by the closest to the rift. That's going to be the hardest to get when I have to come back at it.
Faster than light jump successful.
Well, that's not gonna make me. Found it. Alright, well that's not bad.
Evasion successful.
God, this is bad. This is bad. Here goes. I'm gonna try to do 2 for 1. I'm gonna try it. Whatever, we gotta go back to the other planet now anyways. I think we're done. So, then maybe I'll go back to the Citadel at this point. Just get some fuel back and turn some of these in. There's one thing. There's probably some terminal stuff we can get. We have Asari engineers. We have our war terminal. That's probably gonna have some new stuff at this point. Are you ready for this? Go. Except they get faster, right? That's the problem. Let's do it. Oh yeah, 500 fuel. Damn.
Reapers eluded.
It's that if you're holding the mouse button down too early, and nothing happens. Nothing happens. It doesn't recognize your mouse click. So that's what always. So that's where the panic comes from. Wait. What? 88%. What are you talking about? What? But it says 100% everywhere. Oh no. Did I not take gas at one of these joints? Did I not get the gas at one of these places? That's gonna ruin everything. That's the problem here. That's gonna ruin everything. Because I'm gonna destroy all my gas. It's not gonna be in here. This wouldn't happen. It's a ring planet. Shit. I already tried this one. What the hell am I going to do here? Like, I don't know what I'm gonna have to edit this video and then find out. It's not going to the fuel depot. That doesn't make any sense. What the hell did I forget? It says 100% though, man. I'm gonna have to skip this thing for now. I'm gonna have to edit the video and see what I missed, and then I'll come back. Shoot, well, this episode's pretty much over at this point. We got this stuff to do. Do I do it? Do I do a Citadel run? I can get some fuel back. I would get some fuel back. Yeah, you know what? Let's go back to the Citadel. I ain't talking over that thing because it's too loud. Let's get through the war thing. Let's just go back to the Normandy. Do you have anything for me, trainer? Before I... No? We're good? Okay. So I'm gonna go and...
Shepard.
Hi there. We're gonna read this stuff. Alien Volus bombing fleet. Volus prefer air power in conflicts, counting on the Turians for ground support. They maintain several flotillas of heavy bombers frigates capable of warfare in any atmosphere. We have the Citadel Defense Force update. Schematics on advanced biotic amplifiers from Grissom Academy. We got that insurance. Yep. And then we have the Book of Plinex declares that every Volus must aid those in need during times of want. Oh. News of the book's recovery inspired many Volus citizens to donate generous amounts to the Citadel charities and defense funds. Oh, that's neat. Yeah, just inspired by their texts. We have Zaid Masani. He has a reputation as one of the most relentless and efficient mercenaries in the Terminus systems. Cerberus contacted Masani a few months after the collectors were destroyed and offered him a job. Negotiations ended badly, and Masani now seeks out jobs that oppose his former employees' interests. He brings years of experience and finally honed survival skills to the fight against the Reapers. Well, that's cool that he's sort of like, he becomes an not an anti-mercenary, but he's still a mercenary, but for the opposite. Yeah, that's pretty cool. We have the Asari cruiser Nefrain. The Asari cruiser Nefrain is named for a lost city said to be buried in ice at Thessia's South Pole. The cruiser still carries scars from scores of Geth fighters it took on during the Battle of the Citadel in 2183. The crew refuses to have the scars removed, considering them marks of honor and a reminder of how close they came to annihilation. See, that's why I keep the scar on my face. Symbolic. The Asari scientists in Orasoni had isolated themselves to prevent academic and corporate theft of their work. They've been researching new polymers, looking for a material with high heat resistance and zero conductivity that is dirt cheap to produce. One of their prototype materials appears ideal for insulating the crucible's venting chambers. Holy crap, just how like fine grain is some calculation happening in the background about this crucible thing, because I feel like these little things all feel like they're all very necessary. Like necessary because like when you read something like that, you're like, something could go wrong. If like there could be like a massive issue like fire and explosions. If this thing wasn't, you know, that's weird. My brain is okay. So Asari engineers, the graceful soaring spires common to Asari architecture look deceptively delicate, but Thessia's palaces, universities, and theaters have stood longer than most civilizations. Asari architectural engineers dispatched to the Crucible are testing the weapon's construction to make sure it can withstand tremendous amounts of pressure. If built improperly, stress could tear the Crucible in half upon activation. Things like that. It's crazy. Okay, green bars looking good, looking healthy. And we leveled. Let's get some points in here. Let's do disruptor ammo all the way to the top here. We're gonna go with odds of stunning. Yeah, but by 25%, it's pretty significant. But that one right there, it's damage to the barriers, damage to barriers and shields. So let's take that one right there. We got 3 points left, which, well, we can use now. So let's go with I might go back to frag grenade. I mean, outside of that, I think carnage would be fun for Coyote, because that's a power I can get behind. Like, just crazy damage. Frag grenade or concussive shot 2 is pretty deep. Yeah. Was there not? There was warp ammo. Yeah, but I already have disruptor for barriers. I don't know where to put these 3 points, but I'm gonna go. Ooh, look at that! Holy crap! Holy crap. I'm going to take a look at all the other bonus ones. Maybe I'll buy them and then I'll make a decision on the fly. But what else can I check right now? The terminal by Liara.
Greetings, Commander.
Nope, nothing there. Nothing here. Alright, I think we're done. I think people tend to warn us, huh? They tend to tell us that people want to talk to us. So I think we're done. So next episode, I'm thinking it's more galactic map. I'm gonna see. Oh, shoot! I feel like I need to edit this like right after this. What am I doing right now? Citadel. You know what? Let's go a little longer. Let's just go straight into the Citadel and return this one thing we know we can return right now. Up here? Yep.
I think I know which project you mean, and I've got a Hesperia period statue in Bay D24.
Commander Shepard, that's excellent news. I'll have it sent to that project right away. Thank you so much for your help.
You're welcome. Alright, map. What are we looking at? Liara has nothing to say to us. It's fine. Let's go all the way this way, actually. Zaid, James, which is playing hide and seek like a dummy. Joker E, Arya. We're done. We're done. Just a quick drop off. Now let's get back onto the map. I can't believe that I just did one system. That was a massive system.
Spectre status
I'll be here forever, man. Damn. You know what? I'm just going to review this episode before I even edit it. I just need to know what's going on because I want to keep playing today and I don't want this to stall me. There's just a lot of stuff we got to get through. So I don't want to be just finding excuses. So I want to keep going. I will catch you in the next episode. Don't forget to explore, engage, and inspire, buddy. Peace.